Welcome everyone. This is going to be a mini series featuring various personalities sharing some exclusive stuff with us. So before we meet our guest, stay healthy, stay connected, time to get unmasked. One of the OGs of Indian metal scene, founder of one of India's biggest extreme metal band Demonic Resurrection that has released 5 stellar studio albums. He's got several EPs under his belt, while on the other side, his culinary skills have taken internet by storm. Well, believe me, he has 620k subscribers in his YouTube channel, amassing 46 million views. Multi-talented, highly respected in both culinary and metal community. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have with us Sahil, Demonstealer, Makhija. I've got 10 unmasking questions for him. Let's hear what he has to say.
I have been extremely lucky actually during this pandemic because my full-time job is making YouTube videos, and because of that I wasn't affected very badly in terms of my job. So I was able to pretty much keep doing what I do because I was anyway working from home. Musically, I was pretty active last year, that's 2020, and I put out an EP actually called And This Too Shall Pass. You can say that it was definitely inspired by the events of the pandemic. It was a pretty depressing time, and it still is. If you look outside just to see the struggles that people are having, the death toll, the politics that the government is playing, and all these things, they really mess with your mind. So I found that music and writing that EP was almost therapeutic for me. So I put out that EP last year, and I continued with whatever I was doing. I'm still writing new music, still playing guitar, playing drums, and I've been pretty active. I focused a lot on diet and exercise because that's also part of what I actually do. I make keto recipe videos on my channel, and that has basically kept me pretty busy during the pandemic. So I've been listening to a lot of technical death metal, and 2 albums that I really liked were the new Abiotic album and also the EP from this band called Demon King. A little bit on the non-death metal side, I've been listening to White Moth Black Butterfly, a project that has Dan Tompkins from Tesseract and Keshav Dhar from Sky Harbor. Fabulous band, lots of good music actually. This entire pandemic has, I think, brought out a lot of new music. So there are a lot of bands. I mean, if I went through my Spotify list right now, there would be like 50 artists that I'm listening to, but these 3 releases are ones that have really resonated with me right now. Honestly, I think there are a lot of underrated artists and songs. In fact, most of the music I listen to is technical death metal, different kinds of death metal, and death metal is not a very popular genre globally. So, there's always room for, like, even one of the most famous death metal bands called Cannibal Corpse, I would say is underrated because, all the death metal fans know it, but beyond the death metal space, I don't think most people know the band or listen to it. But there is this band called Deception from Norway, a really great band, very underrated. And there's another band called, I've forgotten the name, I'm going to check my phone actually. Despite Exile, another amazing underrated band. And of course, from the local scene here in India, there are bands like Albatross, Godless, Orchid, so many great bands. But it's very difficult for bands these days to get their music out there to the right audience because there are so many bands and the competition is so fierce. I think if I was ever given the opportunity, I would love to collaborate with Nurgle from Behemoth or Galder from Dimmu Borgir and Old Man's Child. These are musicians that I really look up to, and of course, there is the legendary Devin Townsend. It would be my absolute dream to collaborate with him. I would also love to collaborate with local metal musicians from India, of course. I mean, there are so many incredible, talented musicians here. But I'm just thinking off the top of my head, one of my favorite people who I would love to do a song with is Nolan Lewis from Cryptos. Also would love to probably collaborate with Shashank Bhatnagar from Undying Ink. He's got an incredible voice. And of course, maybe do a song with Rahul from Bhayanak Maut on drums. That would be pretty epic too. We've had some of the most incredible fans. A lot of them have done a lot of things for DR. I mean, we used to do competitions and stuff back in the day. We had many of them design t-shirts for us. But like out of that space, we had a fan who actually made custom designed Demonic Resurrection shoes, and he came over to my house and gifted them to me. I thought that was pretty incredible. There was another one who made a clock for us, and he got the DR band photo and he put it in a clock and he made a DR clock. So we've had some pretty incredible experiences with fans. We haven't had too many weird ones, except maybe once at a concert some guy asked us to sign his chest, which was a bit strange, but it's all good. Oh, I think the weirdest thing was when we played a show. I can't remember where exactly, but the stage was literally invaded by audience members, and one guy actually caught Daniel, our lead guitarist's hand, and took it off the guitar while he was playing a solo so he could take a selfie with Daniel. That was nuts. I think we've made a lot of mistakes on stage, especially in the early days as the band. I remember hitting the clean patch when we had a distorted part, our drummer missing beats and me shouting at him across the stage that you're off, you're off. Lots of those musical kind of things have happened, but I think one of the funniest was when I think we were in Dhanbad and I said, "What's up, Jalandhar?" because the next show was in Jalandhar, and that was a pretty awkward moment for me on stage. I think as a musician, all I really want is for people to remember the songs and the music. Really, that's what I would like people to remember, the songs, because that's why we make the music. We hope that people connect to it. They find something in the music that they can connect to, and it enriches their lives in some way. So, yeah, that's what I would like. If I had to list out all my musical inspirations, I'd be sitting here for a day or two naming countless musicians, because almost every single band that I like and listen to has inspired me in some way. As a young metalhead, obviously it was Metallica, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest that got me started on my heavy metal journey. And then there were artists like Marilyn Manson, Fear Factory, Strapping Young Lads, Sepultura, Pantera, all these bands that I got into listening to metal. And then I got into black metal and extreme metal, and there were bands like Cannibal Corpse, Deicide, Vader, Cradle of Filth, Dimmu Borgir. The list goes on and on. So honestly, yeah, all music, all metal music inspires me. And of course, as a kid, I grew up listening to 80s and 90s pop music, a little bit of soul that my mom used to listen to, and all those songs also, I guess, in some way have inspired me. Like those melodies, those grooves, those beats, those tunes, they're all there in you somewhere in your subconscious, even if you don't sort of admit it openly. But I think all that music has also inspired me in some way. I think in times like these, you just got to cope with it the way that you find best. For some people, it's escaping through movies or music, maybe poetry, maybe dance, and whatever it is, immerse yourself in things that you enjoy. Don't focus on the negative. Try and I would disconnect your cable TV if I was you, because I actually removed my cable connection years ago. I don't watch any of the mainstream news channels, and once in a while it helps to take a detox from social media. Maybe just take a week and don't touch your phone and just do the things that you love. And I think that will kind of help you stay positive. And you know what? I wish you guys all the best. Stay safe, wear your masks, wash your hands, don't be a COVID denier, don't be one of those anti-vaxxing idiots. Go and get your vaccine as soon as possible, wear your mask and stay safe. Cheers guys, and stay metal. And safe as well. And metal.
Well, you have made it so far. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please leave a comment, that will encourage me a lot. Until next time, stay healthy, stay connected. Time to get unmasked.